Hello ARC family, this is Alex Appelt, Asheville Racquet Club Tennis Teaching Pro. I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe out there. I wanted to post a quick video on something you can do even at home to improve your tennis game without stepping foot on the tennis court. Okay? Today's video we're going to talk about grips, so grab your racket and also grab a pen. Okay? Once you have those two things, we're going to flip the racket over. And I want you to notice that a tennis grip is shaped as an octagon, right? So there are 8 sides or bevels, starting at the top, number 1, going all the way around to number 8, okay? You may have never even known what shape your grip was. That's important to know, right? Because that dictates the grip that you're holding the racket with, okay? Next, I want you to grab your pen, and we're gonna place 2 marks on your dominant hand. So we're gonna have one on your index finger pad and one on your heel pad. Okay? These are the points of reference that you match up with the bevel to determine the grip that you're holding the racket with. Got it? So once you've done that, we are ready to talk about the most important grip for a tennis player, and that is called the Continental Grip, also known as the hammer grip. I'm sure you've heard that before, right? For obvious reasons. When you're holding the racket in Continental, it's the same feeling as if you're holding a hammer. See that? Okay, so we're going to put these 2 points of reference on the second bevel. So not the top, that's number 1. We're going to go on the second bevel. Okay, all right, I'm holding Continental. And we're going to use this grip for forehand volley, backhand volley, forehand slice, backhand slice, overhead, serve. And if you have a two-handed topspin backhand grip, you will also use Continental with your dominant hand for that shot also. Okay, and if you have a two-handed backhand grip, we're going to put your non-dominant hand on the strings and slide it all the way down, right? Because it's important to remember that our non-dominant hand on our two-handed backhand is really the most important hand on the racket, so we have to be holding it with the correct grip. Oftentimes we only talk about the dominant hand on your two-handed backhand, but it's important to remember that we have Continental with your dominant hand, and we have an Eastern forehand grip with your non-dominant hand for your two-handed topspin backhand. Okay? Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the topspin forehand grips. There are 3 accepted topspin forehand grips today. Okay? We have the Eastern forehand grip, we have the semi-Western forehand grip, and we have the Western forehand grip. Okay? I listed those grips in order of most conservative to most extreme. Let's start off with the most conservative. Okay? That would be the Eastern forehand grip. You really don't see this grip too often nowadays. It's a grip that promotes a contact point really far out in front of your body, which is good. However, it produces a very flat ball without a lot of topspin. Okay? There are pros that currently use this grip. The first one that comes to mind would be Juan Martín del Potro. He hits a very flat forehand, very hard also. Okay? So the way that you can remember this grip, if you have this grip, is you're going to put these 2 points of reference on the third bevel. Okay? Like you're shaking hands with the racket. Okay? Or you can just put your hand on the strings again and slide it all the way down. Eastern forehand grip. Okay? Let's move on. This is my current grip. The semi-Western forehand grip. This is the grip that the majority of tennis pros use, okay? Because its ability to hit both topspin and power. To find this grip, we're going to put our points of reference again on the 4th bevel, okay? Got it? So this grip is going to give you both power and topspin, okay? Like I said, the majority of tennis pros use this grip. First one that comes to mind would be Rafael Nadal. Even though he hits a lot of topspin, he uses a semi-Western. He does not use a Western. Okay? Let's move on to the final topspin forehand grip. Okay? That would be the Western forehand grip. Okay? This grip is the topspin king grip. Okay? You're going to put these 2 points of reference on the very bottom. Okay? Right? So this, as you can see just by the way my arm is bent, you can see that this grip likes a high contact point, and it's going to produce massive amounts of topspin. I try to steer my juniors clear of this grip, even though a lot of them like this grip, just because it's the ability to hit topspin. Just because there's a tendency to smother the ball, right? And hit the net or hit short. If you're hitting in front of the service line, you're giving your opponent a chance to attack. So I usually steer my lessons and clients to a semi-Western grip. Like I said, the majority of the pros use a semi-Western because it's a nice compromise between power and topspin, okay? Who uses a Western? The first one that comes to mind would be Djokovic, right? So he actually uses a Western. Arguably the #1 player in the world right now. So anyway, let's move on to the Topspin one-hander grip, okay? I don't want to neglect the one-handers out there, especially since I have a one-hander, okay? So we're gonna put our 2 points of reference on the very top, right? So #1, the very top of the grip. And that'll be the grip that you use for your topspin one-handed backhand grip. So if you have a two-handed backhand, you have 2 grips. If you have a one-handed topspin backhand, you have 3 grips, okay? All right, so why did I choose grips as today's video's focus? Because it's something you can practice at home. How? You can either close your eyes, or you can just watch the TV movie, and you can spin the racket and try to find your grips without looking down. It's important that you don't look at your hand, because when you're playing tennis, you don't actually look down, right? And find the grip and then tell your opponent, okay, now I'm ready for you to hit the ball, right? So you have to be able to find the grip without looking down. All right, that was it for today's video. Again, I hope to be back at the club soon. Stay safe and keep practicing your grips. Bye, ARC.